ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। So welcome all of you. Welcome all of you for these Tuesday sessions which we have every week, and we're very grateful to take out your valuable time. So today we'll be continuing our discussion from the topic discovering real eternal love. So we had two sessions. We covered two sessions from this. And in just a second, I'll just share my screen. So if you remember last time, we were supposed to discuss a quiz or a table. We wish to do some brainstorming. Uh-oh. Just a second. Yeah. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Just a second. It's the wrong screen which is getting presented. Yeah. Now this is visible for all. Okay.
Is it the quiz, Prabhuji?
Yeah, that's a quiz.
That is
Yeah,
what
the
we can
quiz.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can see
Okay.
that one.
Okay. Thank you, Rani Mataji. Right. So last time we were discussing how God is full in six opulences. And just a second. Yeah. We were discussing how we need to do service to the Supreme Lord. Why we need to do service to the Supreme Lord? Because we are eternal parts and parcels. And we discussed the example of just a quick revision, principal serving students, students serving principal, and then principal giving them remuneration, CEO maintaining the employees, and the Prime Minister giving welfare to the citizens. So all living beings on this planet are parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. Now, all of us have seen and we must have noticed, please remember that there are two kinds of people mentioned, two categories of people mentioned in the Shastras, in the Vedic text. two kinds of, two categories of people. First, in English, they're termed as divine and demoniac. In Sanskrit, Sura and Asura. I'll just mention. Sura means demigods. Demigods, what does it mean? It means they have spiritual qualities, a spiritual personality, spiritual qualities. What are the symptoms? The symptoms are who abide by the laws of God. That is Sura, or demigods, or people with divine nature. And to the contrary, there is a category of people known as demoniac. Sanskrit term is for them is Asura. And what is an Asura? Now, Asura, as per depiction in many of the places, they're not just people who are, who have got some horns and they look like demons. No, it's not about external demeanor. It's not about external appearance. It more depends on the characteristics, the behavior. So, as we discussed, as you remember, Sura means demigods, divine nature. It means people who abide by the laws of God, regardless of whatever religion they are. And those who are Asura, those who are demoniac, that means they do not abide by the laws of God. They're demoniac in nature. They just do the opposite. They do whatever they like, right? So they just do whatever they like without caring that a supreme controller, a supreme father exists. For them, they are all in all, and they think they can manipulate everything, they can create things and just control over the world. And that's why they're known as Asura, demoniac people, who do not abide by the laws of God in any of the scriptures of any of the religion. Okay? So now we'll just do a quick exercise. So divine and demoniac, two categories of people. First of all, the primary characteristic is demoniac rebels against God's laws. You need to see it clearly. The font is little whitish on divine obeys God's laws, right? They exploit people, self-centered, always selfish in nature. And those who are divine, they are selfless in nature. They want to extend themselves to others, for others, and humanity at large. Basic differences between these two categories of people. Very important, but in the current scenario, it is very, very important. They are always ungrateful to God. That why God didn't do this, why God didn't do this to me, and why He does this. He's always partial, He discriminates. And those who are divine, they are grateful to God for everything they have, right? And their formula is just do it. Eat, drink, and be merry. Eat, drink, and enjoy. There's a brand whose tagline is just do it. Can someone mention which is that? Anyone?
Nike?
Yeah, yes, correct, Renu Mataji. Thank you. Nike. Why, what's the tagline? Just do it. So who just does it? Very important. Nowadays, there is, especially in the United States, what's the slogan of the government? Liberty, equality, fraternity. Right? I hope this is right. I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe I may be wrong. So
That's France.
that's
In
France.
France, yeah, liberty, equality,
Okay.
fraternity.
Thank you. Thank you. So nowadays, this is a common scenario everywhere. People wish to have liberty, and therefore the tagline goes, "Just do it. Whatever you feel, just get it right, or just justify it right. So you can do whatever you like." But that is not the concern. Human beings, they have a responsible life. Humans are a responsible species. So therefore, we need to do what is right. And how do we remember? How do we know what is right? Especially by abiding by God's laws in the scriptures. And quality of divineness, being conscious to avoid sin. Okay? It's not that we just do whatever we like. Human beings are conscious beings. Everyone is conscious, even trees are conscious, but human beings are super conscious. So therefore, being a responsible species, we should be very, very consciously doing things. It's not that we get depressed or we get suppressed in our ideas, but we should be conscious. We have a responsibility. Next, example comes of a character from Mahabharata, if all of you must be aware. You can type in the chat box if you have heard the name Mahabharata before. There was a character named Duryodhan. He was like kind of an achiever, belonged to the royal family. And he had everything in this world. But still, he was envious of his own family, his own cousins, and wanted to kill them so that he can usurp their kingdom. Completely opposite. And opposite to him is Yudhishthir Maharaj or the Pandavas, especially Arjun, who heard the Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Lord Krishna. So therefore, these are examples from the various scriptures, but many a times we'll see, we can witness people like this in our surroundings also. In our surroundings, maybe our neighbors, maybe someone from our locality, maybe someone from politics and governments. There are people who are divine, there are people who are demoniac. Okay? There must be some leaders or presidents, prime ministers all over the world who are divine in nature. They wish to extend themselves for the service of humanity. And some are there who are demoniac. We see people like this all around. So these are two categories of people. And therefore, those who are demoniac, they never think that they should serve God. They think I should serve myself and everyone should be serving me. I am the boss. I am the greatest. And therefore, they never understand that actually God is the supreme being. Even though someone may be the greatest, but he's not greatest all the time. The greatness is temporary. So therefore, it's our deliberate choice, where do we want to fall? In the category of divine, who obeys laws of God, and in the category of demoniac, who disobey, who rebel against the laws of God. And in the Western world, not just in the Western world, but everywhere in the world, we are seeing nowadays, there's a lot of focus on freedom, which is not wrong. There should be freedom to make choices, but we should not become rebellious in that course. Because since our mind is uncontrolled and we become rebellious, there's a tendency that we may commit some wrong activity. Therefore, we should always be guided. And if we become subordinate or submissive to God, then we can serve Him, and by serving Him, we can find real eternal love. Now, to love someone, we require a figure. The question comes next is God some light energy or He is a person? A very important question, because until we have a person for us, how can we love someone and show affection? If God is just some light and energy or a concept, He cannot be loved. The basic concept of religion is to know God, to love God, and after love, to serve God. Remember that. First of all, we should know God. God exists. Who is He? Love Him, since He is our eternal Father. We are His parts and parcels. And the third step after love, what is the symptom of love? Sacrifice and service. So that's how And why should we love and sacrifice for God? Because actually He is the best person to show love, because we're actually related to Him. The best person to show love, and we will be the best recipient of His love. And by receiving His love, if we receive His grace, we achieve complete satisfaction. No one needs anything in this world apart from Him. And not just the devotees, but everyone in this world is searching for love. Our objects keep on changing, and we keep on getting frustrated from depositing our love at wrong places. But when a person gets connected to God, automatically all his desires are fulfilled, because he is the best master, the best subordinate. He can fulfill all the relationships. That is what is God. We'll discuss it in future session. And for now, we were discussing that God is not just impersonal light, He is a person, right? A very good example is being given here. Microsoft. Microsoft is the name of multinational company, well managed. When we were studying our engineering in our colleges, it was one of our dream companies. But Microsoft is just a name, just a company, but it's not running independent. There's a person behind it. And all of us know who runs the big show. There's a person, right? Mr. Bill Gates. So whenever there is some energy, something which is being functioning, always there's a person. Like the Indian government or the American government. The government is running in every nook and corner of the country, but that does not mean the government is impersonal, just some energy. There's a person who is working through different departments. That is the prime minister or the president, right? Yeah, so this example comes of country and the government. There's a person who is heading it. Okay. So this universe having perfect organization and control, everything is happening on time. Sun rises in the east, and every day it rises in the east, never changes. So there is a person behind control. There's a person in control who has set these laws. So behind every impersonal energy, like suppose, for instance, there's a light. So whenever, it's a very simple example. Whenever we see any form of light, automatically seeing that light, we automatically understand that there must be some bulb, some tube, or some LED, something must be there. Is that right or wrong? Do you understand what I'm saying? Type in the comment box, yes or no. Whenever we see, suppose whenever we see there's some light on the wall, if we enter into a room and we see ourselves, what does it indicate? Because of light, we are able to see ourselves, we are able to see our surroundings, but the symptom of light is that there is a source where light is coming. So therefore, when everything is happening in order, there's a source. Who is that person? That person is God, the supreme law. Oh, just a second. So this is what Lord is saying to Arjun in Bhagavad Gita, that I am the source of everything in the world that exists. And what a person should do, those who are wise, Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha, Buddha and Bhava, with their emotions, with their mind. Also, Buddha means intelligence. So, with their mind and intelligence, wisely using the people, those who are intelligent, those who are perfect, those who are very intelligent, they worship me with all their hearts. And that's what we're discussing, that we should be loving God. That's why we find real eternal love. That's the place. Okay. So it's being mentioned with all their hearts. So with our heart, we need to worship and understand Lord. And that's when we invest emotions in Supreme Creator, then we find ultimate satisfaction. Okay? We'll just move forward just a second. So the principle applies is prayers go up and blessings come down. Lord is the protector of his devotees because the nature of Lord is the nature of Supreme Lord is always remember he is Bhakta Vatsala, which means Bhakta means devotees, Vatsala means very intensely affectionate to his devotees, and he is the protector of his devotees. Whoever follows God's laws, he is a protector of his devotees. Especially, he protects the consciousness of his devotees, that they are always connected to him despite all trivial circumstances. So therefore, we anyways discussed that the nature of the soul is to serve. That's the meaning of the word religion. Religion does not mean just some faith which can change anytime and get converted. Religion means actual characteristic. Like salt's religion, salt's function is to be salty, sugar's function is to be sweet, water's function is to be liquid, to be the fluidity of water. Now, water can have an unnatural state also, which is not fluid. Can someone mention which is that unnatural state of water? Anyone? Gas, okay. Thank you, Rao. Either gas or ice. So water when solidifies, it is ice. Water when evaporates, it is gas. So conveniently, both are unnatural state of water, but the real characteristic of water is it is fluid, liquid in nature. And this characteristic can never change. Therefore, the characteristic of the soul is, of the spirit soul is to love God, to serve God. Now, why to serve? A very important question. With this, we'll conclude today's session. People always think that why I should become subordinate to someone. God is a concept of the weaklings. Someone who is weak may take connection with God. I don't need anyone. I have robotics, I have machinery. We don't need anyone. Because our experience of subordination in this world is very frustrating and exploiting. And we therefore think that God must also be the same category of master that he exploits. No, that's not the case. God is the best master. He can be the best friend if we want. He can be the best lover. He can be the best son and best father and best lover. Leaving him, people serve everyone, either their mind and senses, or they serve the country, the family, their wife, the kids. They serve humanity, they serve nation. So many isms are there present in this world: communism, altruism, philanthropism. There's a tendency in every one of us to serve, to love and serve. Objects may change, the tendency is there, but actually that tendency is meant to be diverted to God, to be diverted to love. And that's when a person will find perfection and peace. Therefore, when a person serves God with all his capacity, to the best of his capacity, and with all his heart, of course, with intelligence, that is the perfection of religion, regardless of it can be any religion. But the prime function is we should know who is God, we should love him. There should be a process to love him, there should be a process to serve him. That's the best religion. So therefore, when we find this, when we get to do this, that's when we actually become happy. That's what is longing in our heart. It is this state of love and service to God brings fulfillment to our hearts. And that's what everyone in this world wants. So therefore, we should make some continuous arrangement to know God and to serve Him, to love Him, to understand Him with all of our hearts. So with this, I'll stop for today. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Any questions, comments? You can kindly speak up, whatever the take-home message is. So one by one, if you wish, you can speak. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Yes, up to you, Gopal Sundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have one question. When you said that the natural state of water, so if it's winter, it will get cold. It will become ice naturally.
Yes, Amrita Mataji.
Yeah, and when it is summer, it will leak. It will form a
I think
liquid
your
form.
volume is a little low, so if you could speak a little loudly,
Okay.
please.
Hare Krishna, can you
Hare
listen
Krishna.
to me now? Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm saying when you said that what in winter the water become cold naturally and form ice, and in summer it becomes a liquid. So why you are saying that it's not a natural form? Because it's because of the nature, it's changing its form. And what I personally think that like if the water is dirty, then it's not in a natural state because the water comes clear. But if we make him a black color, or maybe there are so many rivers, those are very polluted. So I believe those are not in a natural form. But if ice is formed over it, it's so natural. So can you please clarify if I'm wrong? Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for your question. Yes. Yes, your conception is right that the polluted water is unnatural. Actually, that wasn't my point. My point was that how do we imagine water, especially for consumption? That was the point. Whenever we think of water, it is liquid state in a container which can be consumed. As you mentioned, yes, it's true. By nature's arrangement, it becomes ice, and by nature's arrangement, it evaporates also. And that's how the water cycle goes on. So these are intermediate or ultimate stages of water. But if we put ice, normal temperature, what happens? Melts. If we put vapors, normal temperature, what happens? They condensate. That's a process of condensation in chemistry, right? So that's the natural. And of course, what you were saying, the polluted water when it becomes black, yes, that is all. That's actually unnatural state, but that contamination is given by us. That's man-made. Even in natural state of water, the most natural state is the fluid. So even if the ice is kept a normal temperature, if we place ice in our hands, naturally it melts. If we put vapors in a container, naturally there is, condensation and the vapors are all around. So that's what it meant to be. The example was yes, what you are saying is correct. But these are intermediate stages of transformation. But the most natural state, the most conceived state of water is fluidity. That's what I meant. Thank you. Thank you for a good question. Anyone else? Yes, Gokul Sundari Mataji, you would take up.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for this class and amazing session. Um, Karuna, Nikita, Renu, Rob, and we have Olivia also. Okay. Anybody would like to give a feedback, any reflections, or takeaway message from today's session?
Very nice topic, Prabhuji, and I can relate to one quote Gokul Sundari Mata shared few days back. Like between B and D, there is a letter C, so which mean birth and death, and between the letter is C, which is choice. What choices you make, like how you explain demonic qualities and, like demigod qualities. So what we make and be more conscious, whatever choices we make and action we do. So that's my takeaway, to be mindful whenever you do any action.
Thank you. Thank you,
But very
Karuna
nice,
Mataji.
Prabhuji, very nice explanation.
Thank you. Thank you, Karuna Mataji. Appreciate that. Anyone else? Renu Mataji, Nikita.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I very much align with Mataji just said. I'm trying to catch it. Karuna Mataji, yes. Um, so definitely, I mean, today's topic was interesting, being Sur and Asur, and then that too, they are on the same planet, right? I mean, on the same level. There are different, I mean, there are so many people who have like good same kind of looks, but still they are so different with their consciousness. And categorizing into these two categories where with their choices they become a divine soul, or they become demonic people. um, um, that's interesting to know. But at the same time, I think because, as you explained with this example of water, the natural state is fluidity. Um, I mean, when we are in natural state, which is going to be being divine qualities, or being sur sur qualities, that's how we can understand God and his love. So that was interesting. So thank you, Prabhuji. And also the point of that you make, I mean, to love somebody, you need a figure. So yes, we need to we need to find, we need to, or we need to understand what form the God is, and that's how we can develop that relationship, and then naturally the love will rise. Thank you, Prabhuji. That's my takeaway for today.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Renu Mataji, for your input. Okay. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna everyone. This is Nikita. I'm still just understanding the topic. This is, I think, just my second call. So, but I'm getting the hang of it now slowly. So thank you for this amazing conversation. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Nikita. Anyone? Rob or Olivia, speak something.
Hare Krishna. I don't really have anything to add. Just you know, agreeing with what everyone has added, and the realizations and such. But so thank you for the class.
Thank you. Thank you, Rob. And yes, Olivia is there. This iPhone is Olivia, Mataji?
Hello, Hare
Hello.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your words. Um, I just appreciate you sharing your thoughts. And it gives me a lot to reflect on. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Olivia. So, we can wind it up, Gokul Sundari Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we'll wind it up here. Thank you very much for giving a valuable time. We'll see all of you next week. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you so much.